get a teacher, learn how the bass works, hear as many people play as you can to find out how they feel about the instrument, learn some piano and harmony, and be comfortable with the idea that if you don't solo all night, it's really okay. You got to be on your game at all times. That's a kind of a short answer. One of the most important things I've learned in this business is that every night is a chance to play wonderful music. Don't fool around. And I keep that in my head every night. This is my chance to find all the right notes with some great music, with some wonderful players who are trusting me to help them play good. I can do that. I've had a lot of chances to play some wonderful music with some great players and some great people. And if I don't list them all, I don't want to make them feel that, gee, I didn't mean anything to him, or my music wasn't important enough. And that's not how I feel. They were all important. Each recording session I made, or each record, each concert I made, or each gig I made, for me it was a chance to learn how these people think about music and what it takes for them to get that goal night in and night out, or from record to record, from concert to concert. What does it take for them to make this music that they hear in their head in a place that not only the audience can respond, but I can respond and help it maybe do something else. And because I've had so many chances to do this, they're all important to me, you know, and to know that in this day and age, transportation is so quickly done. I mean, you can fly from London to New York in 6.5 hours, and you go right to the studio, man. I mean, it's easily done. That these projects, these producers and leaders would call me to help their project, knowing how many choices they have so readily available to them. I feel very pleased that they thought I could do that. So they're all my favorite, and I have not one favorite, but they're all my favorites because each time it was like a free lesson for me. I think bass players can always conduct a band. You know, in American sport, football, there's 10 guys and the quarterback. I think the bass player, if he understands some real musical things, harmony, a little piano playing, keyboard, theory, he knows how to understand form, you know, he understands the basic rules of harmony, he has a good skill technique, he can control any band the way he wants to do it. So it's not a problem. I used to go to school with guys, with piano players, who in the dining room table would just do like this. And I would say, hey man, what are you doing? So I'm developing my strength in my fingers, right? I would say, yeah, but that's a pretty shitty sound, man. I mean, what about the piano? What about that kind of sound, you know? To that end, I think I haven't come across anyone who showed me any exercises that proved to me valuable enough to make me want to do them before I play the bass. I think that general mindset that people have who think that you need to exercise before you play the bass, I'm not quite there yet, you know. There's a whole school of thought that feels that if you do these certain hand exercises and other stuff, you know, that it makes playing the bass easier. I'm not quite sure that's true. And I haven't seen that happen and the person play really differently than if you had not done it. And when I see that kind of proof, I give some thought to it. Right now, I'm not convinced that it helps me play the best notes I can find. When I'm at home, I just pick a scale and I play what I consider perfect, however long that takes. If it takes me 40 minutes, if it takes me an hour, I want to be able to nail this scale perfectly so that all the notes are the same length, they're the same color, they're the same intensity, and they're all in tune. And I want to be able to do this process 20 times in a row. And if I do it 18 times and it's perfect, and on 19 it's not okay, I'm back to 1 again. And I think I need this discipline, especially now that my bass is never on the road with me anymore because of the travel restrictions. So I have to get back to New York to find out with you, what does my bass do now? What does it feel like? What do the strings feel like? What does the sound feel like? You know, so my routine is to take a scale, just keep playing it till it's right. And however long that takes, I'm pretty pretty disciplined about doing that kind of stuff. You know? On the road, I don't have that chance. I mean, the bass is in the case, or it's away, or I don't see it till sound check time, and we're doing one-nighters, you know, and you see the bass 20 minutes before the sound check, or you have a line check and you go out. I mean, it's just not possible to do those kinds of warm-up routines or to develop anything before you play because there's no space. So I don't worry about that. That's not a concern of mine. You know, my concern is, can I make this bass sound like mine? Well, it's a Juzak made in 1910. The parts were made in Czechoslovakia, I was told, and they were shipped to Berlin to be assembled. I've had it since 1959. Nice little fiddle, 3/4 size. As the bass has gotten older, of course I have too, and hopefully my sound has gotten better.